Thank you, thank you. I am jealous of every single one of you. No, really, I actually am. Like, you guys get to sit down, and I really can't use that, because otherwise it wouldn't be stand-up, it would be sit-down comedy, I guess. You know, Broadway actually reminds me of a childhood dream I've always had, which is to be a Broadway musician, to like be a musical performer. And as a kid, I always tried to impress my elementary school music teacher, who was not a very, very nice teacher. She would yell at us for the most ridiculous things, like not for children having too much imagination, or yelling that we were off key, when the closest thing we knew what a key was something to unlock a door or a gate. So, in 4th grade, we had solo parts, and at this point I'm like, okay, this is the start of my musical career. I'm gonna be just like Drake, I'm gonna start from the bottom, now I'm there. So, after school we had auditions, and I don't even think I did my homework that night. I don't think it even mattered to me at that point. So, I get up there, and my teacher hands me the paper of what we had to sing. And I take a deep breath, I open my mouth, and I sing my first note, and immediately after that, practices were canceled. For 2 to 3 months, she did not appear in school, and I was quite a worrisome kid. So I was wondering, like trying to make up situations of why exactly she wasn't in school. Maybe she broke her leg there, or maybe she was chased up by a deer. Deers can be threatening, I guess. And so she comes back to school 2 months later with something in her ear and a person next to her. And she's like, Andrew, you made the part. And I'm like, really? And inside, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna show this to my parents. My parents are gonna be like, yeah, you can do it. And she was like, yes, if I considered squawking actually singing. I after that realized that I gave her a hearing aid. And she may not even be there anymore. So I have quite a lot of respect for singers. And I had a little bit of respect for rappers, which rappers to me are just people that speak words depending on the tempo of song. And it goes from somewhat understandable to a person with southern drawl couldn't understand them. And then there's Future, but that's a different story. So, I had a little bit of respect for rappers until 2 years ago. I was flying in from Australia and I had to go back to California to make a flight back to New Jersey. And I had a celebrity in front of me. Now when you have a celebrity in an airport, you can have one of two stories. You can either have one of where you meet them at baggage claim, and they're like, yo, dude, it's this person, and you just get like a story, an autograph, and a couple of questions. The one I had was you meet them at border control, and they happen to be very, very egotistical. So the person in front of me was Kanye West. And the first thing you need to know about Kanye West is nobody loves anything like Kanye loves Kanye. So I go, and you know how in border control they ask you for your last name, or for your name, and they have to like spell it out. And so this was him. All right, Mr. West, can you please tell us your last name? Okay, it's K, as in Kanye West. A, as in A, it's Kanye West. Y, as in why don't you know who Kanye West is? That's text lingo if you didn't get that last one. And so he did his entire name, and they forgot the T, which at this point, if you were a normal human being, you would just start the T, and that's it. But no, since it's Kanye West, he started all the way from the beginning of his name and went through the entire name again with the little sublords at the end. So, needless to say, they almost kicked him out of the airport for that. So after I realized that I couldn't be a musical performer at all because I have no singing talent whatsoever, I started working at other places. And I worked for 2 years, I worked as a busboy in Denny's. Now, if you don't know what a busboy is a person who, when you're finished with their food, they pick up your plates and like they have to put them back in the sink. So I'm doing my regular shift, and I just hear an old woman, she's like, excuse me, can you please help me, busboy? So I put down my tray and I walk over, and imagine like the stereotypical old teacher that doesn't love her job. Multiply that by 11, and that's the customer I'm dealing with. Like stereotypical, like gaudy pink dress with polka dots, pearl necklace, glasses on strings, like smacking when she's eating. Really, really rude. And she's like, there's a hair in my pancake stack, and I was wondering if I could get a full refund. And so at this point I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, we'll do whatever we can, just wait here. But it was a boring Wednesday afternoon. I'm like, all right, might as well spice things up. And I just tell her, well, I mean, you don't win any prizes for this, so I don't know what I can do for that. And so at this point, she goes really, really defensive. And she's just like, I understand your father might have been a failure, but please have respect for your elders.
Roasted.
My reaction exactly. So, at this point I'm like, okay, she's gonna get it. So I tell my boss, and my boss is like furious. If he was in a cartoon, this is the first time I've seen him mad. If he was in a cartoon, like his face would be completely red and there would be steam coming out of his ears. So he goes up to the old woman and he's like, excuse me, is there any problem? He's like, yes, there's a hair in my pancake stack and the busboy there told me that I don't win any prizes. So he's extremely disappointed in me. He looks at me, looks back at her, looks at me, winks, and just says, actually he's wrong. He pulls out a lollipop that you get from like the dentist's, gives it to her, and just walks away. And so, just to add insult to injury, I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, usually people win $20 certificates, but I guess you kind of got the short end of the stick. So, sorry. Thank you guys, you have been amazing.